Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the wrong reasons to get married to someone. I know when you want to get married to someone, there are obviously a lot of factors that go into consideration before you actually marry them. I want you to take a look at your list again and see if some of these wrong reasons I'll be mentioning in this video are actually part of your list or all on your list, in which case you need to what? Abort mission, or you need to actually reset your reasons and see if that's the right course of action to take. Hey, let's jump right into it. The number one wrong reason for getting married to someone is because you feel pity for them. Do not get married to anyone because you pity them. And the reason why you might feel pity for them and want to get married to them is because you're probably there for a while and they've said to you, look, if you leave me, I'm going to be depressed. I'm not going to get married to anyone. I'm never going to love again. I'm never going to do this. I'm just going to hurt myself or something like that. You need not go into a marital relationship with that person just because they've said all these things. And maybe when they say it, you kind of feel pity for them and like, oh, I don't want him to hurt himself. Oh, I don't want him to be depressed. Oh, I don't want him to do this. I don't want him not to marry again because of me. I don't want him not to love anyone again because of me. And so I'm going to say yes and I'm going to marry him regardless. No, don't do that. Marriage is actually more serious than you think and should not be built on a faulty foundation of pure sentiments, okay? If they say those things to you, all you can do is encourage them if you're in the space to. If you're not, just leave them. Don't feel responsible for their actions or inactions or the things that they will do or not do. More often than not, they will actually not do those things. They are just trying to blackmail you or just use sentiments to drag you into something that is for a lifetime. And I tell you, if you go into marriage because you pity someone and you just want to be there out of pity for them, you're never going to enjoy that relationship. You're never going to enjoy that marriage. You will be miserable in that marriage. And so if it's out of pity, do not get married to that person. You also need to remind yourself why they are not the right person for you in the first place, why you actually wanted to leave the relationship in the first place, or why you guys even broke up in the first place. Think about your own future and the kind of life that you want and the kind of marriage and relationship that you want, and quit. Don't marry anyone out of pity. Second wrong reason why people get married is because he gave me an engagement ring. No, that is not a good reason to get married. I know you've probably dated for 5 years, for 6 years, for 20 years, whatever, however long you have dated for or being engaged to this person. If you actually decide at some point in time that they're not the right person for you, you can call it off. You don't need to go ahead with that marriage. I know, like, your engagement went viral. A lot of people know you together already. You've been building something. Maybe at the point where you got engaged, you people actually had the same values. You wanted the same thing in life. And at some point that changed. If it did, it's okay to call it off. Like, you don't have to go through with the marriage. There's a saying I always hear, and it is that a broken relationship, a broken courtship is better than a broken marriage, okay? Marriage is for a lifetime, of course. You know, you enter into marriage not because you're like, oh, if it's not good then I'll jump out. No, you enter into marriage because it's a lifelong commitment, right? But I also always draw the line here. When your marriage becomes abusive, when your partner becomes abusive, which is domestic violence in your marriage, then you don't need to stay in that relationship or in that marriage, okay? You need to care for yourself and you need to think about yourself, and being in a relationship where, you know, someone could do something to you and doesn't really love you or take care of you does not serve you as well, okay? So that is where I draw the line in terms of like marriage, like abusive relationships, domestic violence and all. You need to get out of it. Other than that, marriage is a lifelong commitment, okay? And you don't just want to go into it because, well, he's giving me an engagement ring. Well, a lot of people know us together now and we have to be together. We have to do this marriage thing irrespective of whether or not we have same values anymore, irrespective of whether or not we love each other anymore again, irrespective of whether we have the same ambitions and outlook to life, or, you know, no, don't do that, okay? If you once shared something that wasn't there anymore, if you want to share something that isn't there anymore, then it's time to call it quits. And it doesn't matter if you've been engaged, you know, you need to leave, okay? I always say, I've said it earlier in this video, marriage is very, very important and cannot be built on a faulty foundation. Okay, also marriage is between two people who have mutual interests, who have mutual trust, who are committed to each other. And so if for any reason any of the values that you both shared in the past, which are key to your relationship and are deal breakers for you, have gone out of that relationship, then don't stay glued in it because you are engaged. Another wrong reason to get married to someone is because this person has been of so much help to you in your life, or they've helped you at some point in time in life. I get it. People help you at some point in life. Should you be grateful to them? Absolutely yes. Should you be grateful to God who has brought them in to be a source of help to you at some point in time in your life? Absolutely. You need to be grateful to people for the help that they've shown you and for how they've been there for you at certain times in your life when you needed help and they were able to come through for you. However, what you need to know is that marriage is not a payback for someone's help at some point in your life. Okay? Marriage is not something you give as a gift because, oh, you've helped me, so I'm indebted into marrying you. No, that's not what it is. If they've helped you, that is fine. Marriage is an agreement, is a covenant between two people who genuinely love each other, who have mutual trust and respect for each other, who share the same values and the same ambitions, are looking forward to the same future that they want to build together and grow together in, and to the kind of family that they want to build. That is what marriage is all about. It's not a payback for someone who's been of help to you. And also, I don't know if you're a parent who is watching this video, if you are involved in setting up your children to get married to other people because their families have been of help to you, you also need to stop it. Okay, parents need to stop betrothing their children, their daughters, to families that have been of help to them because they feel grateful to them. Gratitude is expressed in, you paying back to that person, if at all you even have to, because if they did it because they love you, then you don't need to pay it back, right? But if you need to even show gratitude, you can say thank you to them, you can buy them gifts. Human beings are not gifts to be given to other people. Besides that, marriage is too important for you to use your son or your daughter, or even use yourself as a sacrifice, as a gift of gratitude to somebody. If they've helped you in life and you genuinely love them and you want to spend the rest of your life with them, that is okay. But if the only reason why you want to get married to this person is because, oh, he paid my school fee all through college, oh, he helped my family come out of debt, oh, he did this or he did that, and that is your only reason, that is the wrong reason to get married to somebody. Okay? Don't do it. If they helped you to come out of debt and they need you to pay them back, go and look for money and pay them back. Go and work and pay them back. Don't use yourself or your sisters or your family members as a gift to them or as a payback to them for something that they've done to you sometime in your life, or something that they've done for you sometimes in your life. Okay? Another reason why people get married to the wrong person is because they're afraid of being alone. Let me tell you the truth. If you are not happy being by yourself, enjoying your own company, doing the things that you like, nobody else will make you happy. Okay? You need to hold your own happiness. You need to be someone who engineers your own happiness and the happiness in your life. Nobody else will do it for you. Okay? So don't, because you don't want to be alone, because of the fear of being alone, the next person who comes along and asks you out, you're like, oh yes, let's do it, because anyways, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be single. I don't want to not be in a relationship. No, don't do that. Okay? You need to find things that make you happy. You need to be able to find happiness by yourself, all by yourself. If you do not know how, I will tell you how. Number one, you need to go and find a hobby, okay? Find a hobby, something that you love doing, a passion, something that interests you. Enroll in it. If you do not have anyone, find one. If you have one, then get deeper into it, get better at it. If you don't want to find any hobby, go and volunteer at a local charity. If you don't want to pick a new hobby, you don't want to volunteer, pursue your career. Okay, you grow in your career, go for the promotion that you want. All right, you also need to bring some form of happiness to the life of the person you're going to get married to. So it's not just you wanting them to make you happy, it's also you being a source of happiness to them. And if you can't be a source of happiness to yourself, there's no way you can be a source of happiness to someone else. There's one of my videos titled Single and Thriving. I said all the things that you can do as a single person, you know, while you're waiting for the best man. If you watch that video, you will actually see it. But do not go into a relationship because you don't want to be alone. This makes you susceptible to people who are dubious, to people who are deceitful, to people who genuinely do not love you, because when they see that you're desperate for someone to be in your life, playboys will actually take advantage of that. People who are not serious will take advantage of that. Okay, so please do not go into marrying someone because you don't want to be alone. Don't do that. Nobody is responsible for your happiness. Even when you get married, your partner will not be responsible for your happiness. You will be responsible for your happiness. Would they contribute to your happiness? Absolutely. But putting the sole responsibility of your happiness on them is even unfair and unrealistic. Okay, so be happy being by yourself. And if the reason why you want to get married right now is because you don't want to be alone, you need to stop now. Another wrong reason for getting married to someone is because they practice the same religion as you. I had to give you that look. Because you are placing religion above the important values that you need in your relationship. Don't be blinded by religion that you do not see all the other factors and values that are essential to building a happy marriage, that are essential to building a happy home. And I've talked a lot about values, so much. Values you need to look out for in the other person. Values of trust, of commitment, of care, of empathy, of kindness, of passion, compassion. You know, a lot of values. Like, what are your ambitions for life? Do they tally? Are you looking at building the same future? Are you interested in the same things? Do you value the same things? These are things you need to look out for, rather than, oh well, he's a Christian, I'm a Christian, we should get married. Well, he's Hindu, I'm Hindu, we should get married. Well, he's Muslim and I'm Muslim, we should get married. No. Okay? There are many people practicing your religion, and you will find someone who you share the same values with in that religion of yours. If religion is something that's really key for you to get married to someone. Okay? So don't just say, well, he's a Christian and I'm a Christian. Oh, let's get married. No. There are many far more important values that are essential to the survival of your marriage and your relationship other than religion. So don't get blinded by religion, but actually look out for these values in the other person before you get married. Another wrong reason for getting married is because of family pressure, peer pressure, self-imposed pressure because of status symbol. I want to be a married woman, I want to wear a ring, I want someone to put a ring on it. That is the wrong reason to get married. These are wrong reasons to get married. Like, because your family members are pressurizing you, because the societal, you know, demands on you to be married, because you yourself are putting pressure on yourself to get married because you want to bear the title of a married woman. All of these are wrong reasons to get married. You need to only get married when you feel ready, and when you find that person that complements you and that you want to share your life with, or you want to build a future with. That is the only time you should get married. Don't get pressured by anyone into getting married. All right, there is no fixed timeline for getting married. There's no fixed year by which you have to have gotten married. There is no such thing. I know, like, in the society today, a lot of people think about like married people to have some sort of class of their own, which is not true. Like, it's good to get married, but don't pressurize yourself to get married when you are not ready. And also, don't go and get married to the wrong person just because you want to get married. Wait until the time is right, until the time feels right for you, and until you meet that person who is right for you before you actually say I do. And you know, I always say this thing to you: marriage is sweet, but don't pressurize yourself, or let anyone pressure you for that matter. Another wrong reason for getting married is because you think that marriage will solve the relationship problems that you're having at this point in time. No, it will not. Let me tell you, people are in their best behaviors when they are wooing you, when you're in the relationship stage. Marriage will most likely amplify their behaviors. Okay, so don't think that, oh, if you're having problems, let's just get married, it will solve itself. No, it won't solve itself. The problems will become bigger. Okay, bigger, more amplified in your marriage. And what you need to do is to establish a mechanism for resolving conflicts and for handling conflicts. Like I always say again, healthy conflicts are important in any relationship, and they are part of any happy relationship. Okay, healthy conflicts will always happen. So don't say, well, because we're having problems now, let's just marry. When we get married, you know, it will all be good. People do not change. If they are not in their best behaviors now, marriage will not change them. Marriage will never ever change them. Okay, so you need to fix the issue in the relationship at this point in time before you get married. The last and the final reason is because I love him or I love her. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, you know, on this particular point, because I've done a whole video about why you should not get married because of love alone. The video is titled Love is Not Enough. That's what the video is called. And so you will see all the reasons why you shouldn't get married to someone even though you love them. Okay, so watch that video and you have all the points that you need. Don't marry just because of love. Love is not enough to get married. But you see all the points I've listed about, you know, love not being enough to say yes to somebody or to marry them. Okay, these are all the wrong reasons to get married to someone, and I hope these things are not on your list and these are not the reasons why you want to get married. So take a look at your list again and see if these things are on your list, and you know what to do. You absolutely know what to do. Let me know in the comment section if you were going to get married to someone based on these wrong reasons before, if you were considering someone based on some of these wrong reasons that I've listed in the comment section. I would absolutely love to hear from you, and I want you to share your experience with me. If you loved this video and if you enjoyed it, do not forget to give it a like and to give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also please share this video with your friends and families. I always love you and I'm rooting for you. And before I see you again the next time, please do remember to be a best version of yourself. I love you. Adios.